But as a pastor, I watch, I'm discerning, I'm also very careful about what I watch. So I saw something on YouTube and it caught my attention. This guy who says, they call him the pastor's witch doctor. And then what he was talking about was that how he was desperate for money. His business wasn't working. So he heard that, there are people, he was from the eastern part of Africa, do money rituals. So he met a Nigerian. Somebody say Nigerian. I just said, say it. That's all I said. And the guy said he would teach him how to do money rituals. So he told him that, he gave him very clear instructions. He said, look, to do the money rituals, there's a certain spirit that gives money. And the way to engage that spirit is that you are going to fast for 7 days. And that every 7 days, he told him to put certain things together in a certain way, put a bag at the end of whatever. The first day, he should say some things at 12 midnight and burn some things around him. Create a pentagram. Second day, do it. He did it at 12 midnight. He said, you must do it precisely as I say. The third day, he said by the fourth day, he started hearing voices. So he knew he had entered the spirit world. By the fifth day, so he started hearing mumblings. By the sixth day, the voices became clearer. And he could hear them audibly. And then a number of them, by the sixth day, he said they were so clear, he could even feel their presence around him. Now, what just happened there? What just happened is that man showed him the ATM to the spiritual bank of the demonic world. And that guy engaged it. Now, I said that to say that, even though that is demonic, yeah, and this is very important. Now, watch this. Somebody who has gone that far in the demonic, let me tell you, he becomes a Christian, a born-again Christian. You think, as he just comes to the altar, all things are passed away, all things have become new. Let me tell you, this is from experience. I'm telling you, I'm speaking from experience. Because with what I do, all sorts of people come to me. I know people who went to at least 3 different people in my lifetime, 33 years of ministry, at least 3, who not only did they do those rituals, they slept with the fetish priest. Let's not go into that. God is merciful. But how many of you know that if you make that kind of commitment and dedication, Satan will not let you go easily? And this man who is already hearing spirits, do you understand? When he becomes a Christian, listen to this, because he tells his story of when he repented and everything, that the fight for his life was serious. And even after he became a Christian, he was still hearing the spirits. But you know what? What they will do is that they will take him to a psychiatric home. They say he's schizophrenic. Now, I am not saying every schizophrenic person did this or that is the case. But what I am saying is, listen to this. What that person needs is deliverance. Because he invited demonic spirit. What am I trying to say to you? That is, the kind of thing that we see in terms of the protocol for demonic altars. Now, watch this very carefully. What about those of us who are Christians? The protocol is similar. How many of you would like God to speak to you? How many of you would like to hear him clearly and audibly? Again, you see, it was God that started the pattern for altars. Satan just perverted it. Okay, the same is true. You have to be consecrated. You have to fast. You have to pray. Before I heard this story, God had given me the pattern, 7 days of breakthrough. And you are praying every day. And on the 6th day is the most intense. And when we are praying on the 6th day, I said to many of you, that you are going to have dream encounters. And then people started having dream encounters. What's that? The spirits came to start talking to you. The spirit came because there are protocols for spirits to come. Now, what am I saying to you? Watch this. One of our members, our spiritual sons, is a member of this church, just 26 or so years old, 25, 26 years old. Unfortunately, his father is late. One day I was preaching or something, and he was listening to the message, and his father used to be a pastor. I actually have it on my podcast, Beneath the Surface. His father used to be a pastor. And he said while he was listening to one of the messages, God told him, that he said to God, he says he wants to receive his father's mantle. And then the Lord said, okay, you really want to? He said, yes. He said, okay, then pray between the hours of 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. every day for 30 days. And he was like, what? 3 a.m. and what? 6 a.m. That is for 3 hours every day. For what? 30 days. So a combination of 90 hours. You want to be a pilot? They will tell you fly 10,000 hours or 40,000 hours. So there are protocols for everything. And so you know what? He then remembered that his dad used to pray in a particular part of their house. It was a long room. And so here he is with he used to live at that time with his mom and his siblings. And so he would wake up at the hours of 3 a.m. and 6 every day and sit down there. But he looked boring. He would just be praying, and it didn't seem like anything would happen until all of a sudden, he started to have dream encounters. He started to have certain experiences. He started seeing things coming to wrestle him at night. And then he remembered that, his father too used to have those kind of experiences. Now, he did not tell anybody. He didn't tell his mom that this is what I asked for and this is what I am doing. And one day, when he was telling his mom his experience, his mom said, wow, do you know that sometime before your dad passed, your dad asked God for so and so. And God told him and her that they should pray between the hours of so and so and so and so. Similar thing. So what that young man stumbled upon was a mantle. And the Lord was trying to tell him, if you want your father's mantle, do what your father did, without knowing that God had told his father this. Now, he moved to a new house. He bought his own house, so he moved away from that house. And when he got to that new house, the Lord told him to step it up and start again and start praying between the hours of so and so and continually. And then he started praying, and one day he had a dream. And in this dream, it looked so real. He heard some things coming up the stairs or something like that. And he heard, and then he saw the thing. It was a minotaur, something like that. Or a fawn, something like he had the form of the body of a bull or a horse, and from here a man. And that thing was now trying to contend with him. And he continued the prayers and continued the prayers. Now watch this. Many of us would have stopped the prayers because I don't want this and all of that. But you know what was happening there? The Lord knew he was going to move houses. And so God got him to practice in the house where the heavens have been opened. And practice under his father's mantle. And when he goes to the new house, he did not know who lived there before then. And so while he was praying, that thing showed up. My question to you is that if that kind of thing shows up, what will you do? Will you continue the prayer or will you stop? Tell somebody next to you, say, what's your prayer altar like? Most of you would say, no, I don't want any of that. I don't want it, And so leave me. Some people will say, I won't trouble the devil, so the devil will not trouble me. See, whether you are troubling the devil or not, he's already troubling you. The only thing is that you are not seeing it happen to you. That minotaur, that creature that was walking around was always there. The only thing is that he was not awake to it. When Jacob awoke from his sleep and said, God is in this place, God was always there. I am praying by the Spirit of God that somebody here will awaken in the Spirit.